about it. I actually have a video on that explains tables. If you want to learn how to use tables, go watch that video. I have a video on it. But just a brief little overview. Okay, you create a table by doing this. We're going to create a variable, initialize a variable. So let's say local table is equal to then special brackets. I don't know where this is on your keyboard, but yeah, special brackets. This isn't like regular brackets. This is special brackets, right? You can do this one of two ways. This is a table right here. We've created a table, or you can also do this, enter, right? But this is more so if you know what you're doing. This is probably easier for most people. So we create a table by doing this. A table it pretty much holds a whole bunch of different values. So while cool, we'll put strings 12, 5, comma, false, true, right? As you guys can see, it has strings, numbers, booleans. Now, if I print the table, I'm honestly curious to know if you think that how it's going to print this. Do you think it's just going to print this like this, or is it going to, print it differently? Now, if your answer was differently, then it is. Here's how tables will look. It's not all one thing. It's all individual. Its own individual values. The first thing is wow. Second thing, you guys see how it's in order of how you placed it. That's a table. That's how you create a table. Tables are they're pretty useful. Stuff for arrays, data saving, stuff like that. But yeah, you won't really need this to your intermediate level, so don't really worry about that. Like I said, I have a video on tables. There was just some topics that people asked me to cover that are just like I'll briefly go over it, but I didn't want to spend too much time because it's not really a basic thing. But yeah, so moving on, I then have the tween service. Now again, this is another thing, or tweening I should say. This is another thing that's, I mean, it's pretty beginner, but at the same time, it's kind of intermediate. But again, people ask me to go over it, so. A tween is a type of animation that smoothly transitions the property of an object from one value to another over a specified duration. Pretty much just means it's a way to animate like certain instances, right? I'm not referring to animation on a player. I'm referring to like if I wanted to move this spawn position smoothly from there to over here. Like if I wanted to, do that, I would create a tween. Now, the way I would do that is I would get the tween service. So let's get the tween service. We're going to create a variable. Let's say local. And then we're going to, name it tween service. Then enter. We retrieve services by doing game get service, quotation marks. Then you put the name of the service. So tween service, enter, right? Then let's call on the service. So tween service, enter. Then you're going to put a colon. Then you're going to say, create tween. We're going to create, so create, right? Then it's asking for an instance, right? So this is whatever instance properties you're trying to change. So we're going to put the spawn location, right? We need to reference the spawn location by doing game.workspace. So game, because the spawn is inside of the workspace. So game.workspace, that's spawn location. And we just want to change the position. So we're going to say position, not position. You change the properties later on. You just want the instance right now. Then we're going to put a comma. Then we're going to set the tween info dot new, your time, which is the duration. Let's say we want it to happen in 1 second, or let's do 5 seconds actually. Then a comma, easing style. This is just how it looks when it moves across. So nm.easing style. Choose whatever one. You can read the definitions, watch a video on how they look. I'm just go with linear, comma, then our easing direction, which is pretty self-explanatory. This is how it's going to look. Which direction you want it to go. So out. And then you're going to put a comma between the parentheses. We're going to create a table just like we did before, special brackets. And then you're going to put the properties that you want to change, right? The properties which can be found if you have your property menu open. If you don't, click view properties, right? But yeah, so it would open spawn location. All of these things are properties, so you can change any of these things. So say if you wanted to change the transparent, let's do transparency actually. Transparency, just make sure you spell it right. So transparency, we want to set it to 1, right? Then enter, and then you would oh, sorry. We need to name the tween. So let's say local tween is equal to boom, right? Then we call on the tween. Next line, tween play, right? And I'd show you guys. So I'll show you guys. We don't have to click play. We just click run. You guys will see how it slowly becomes transparent over time. Right, boom. And then obviously the decal, because the decal is separate. But yeah, that's how you tween it. Like I just wanted to cover it real quick because people asked for it. Not really beginner, but. Then the next thing is troubleshooting and debugging. I do have a video on this, so you guys can go watch that. But yeah, I'll just go over 2 things real quick. Okay, so with troubleshooting and debugging, troubleshooting is easy sometimes, it's hard other times. When it's when you have syntax errors, if you don't know what a syntax error is, this is what I'm talking about. If I were to just type a bunch of mumbo jumbo, you guys see how it's a red line? This is a syntax error. If I were to click run, it's going to give me a nice big red error, incomplete statement, right? It's going to explain to you pretty much what that means, like what the error is. You probably wouldn't understand what it means though, in most cases, right? But yeah, that is a syntax error that can be easily fixed because it tells you, you know, what the issue is and it says what line it's on, what script is on, you just go find it. Now, there are certain cases where let's set up an if statement with a variable again. So let's say local var, our variable, is equal to, let's set the value equal to 10, right? Then we're going to say if var is equal to 10, enter, right? Then let's say else if var, or actually no, we just need the if statement actually. Yeah, we just need it. So instead of 10, let's do 8, right? And then let me put print. So print it works, right? Now, if I click run, nothing is going to happen, right? And that's because the value of the variable is not equal to 8, it's equal to 10, right? Now, obviously, since in this example, we can clearly see that that's the issue, and we could just easily fix this by changing this to 10. But when you have hundreds of lines of code, which if you're making a game, you'll have hundreds of lines of code, it's kind of hard to really notice certain issues like this because it doesn't actually give you an error in the output. So you have to debug it, right? So what we could do to fix this, for example, is we could say, okay, our if statement isn't working. I don't know why it's working. I don't know why it's not working, but let me try this. Since I don't know why it's working, let me see what the value is. So then maybe I can figure out the issue. So let me print the variable's value by putting, you know, print var with else, right? And it's going to print the value. Oh, okay. The value is equal to 10 and this if statement is equal to 8. That's the issue. How I fix this is changing this 10 to an 8 That's, you know, that's simple print debugging, right? That's the difference between, you know, basic errors and stuff. If you forgot an equal sign, it's going to give you syntax error, run, and then, you know, you'll see it and then you can just go there and then go fix it, right? That simple, right? So yeah, so sometimes it'll tell you, sometimes it won't. It's not, I don't let people know, it's not like a chance thing. It literally is either it's syntax or the syntax is fine. It's just how you made it. It's just the custom aspects to it, if that really makes sense. Right. So yeah, that's pretty much debugging. So the next things really were for loops and for I being pair loops. I'm honestly debating because the video is like an hour already. I don't know. I guess I'll just finish it. I might as well just finish it. Or actually no. I'm gonna end the video here because the video is already an hour and stuff. Done a lot of talking and stuff. I really hope the video has been helpful to people. One last thing before I end the video, I just wanted to include resources and stuff if you ever get confused and stuff. Number one thing I highly recommend people to do if they're trying to learn, use YouTube tutorials. I've heard a lot of people complain about them, but I'm gonna just be honest. That's like not the only way to learn, but to me, that's probably the best way to learn if you're truly a beginner, right? So yeah, you can watch certain YouTubers, beginner guys, the scripting as you're watching now. Watch their playlist. I recommend the Dev King. If you want to know what I learned from the Dev King. I learned from some of Alvin Blox's tutorial and stuff. Those are some YouTubers you guys can watch. You can use the dev forum. If you don't know what that is, search up Roblox dev forum. You can search up specific issues. Like if you're wondering, okay, how do I disable the reset character button? Search it up. You can either watch a YouTube video or you can see the dev forum and stuff. You can also look up Roblox's documentation. Once again, just search up Roblox documentation and you will see. It'll give you definitions and explain how you can use this and that. It'll give you examples and stuff. That's why I pulled the definitions for most of the stuff that I talked about today. And I just simplified them, right? Those are some resources and stuff. I'll have links to all that stuff in the description. So if you're confused as to how to find it, you can just look in the description, right? So yeah, if you guys want a part 2 where I talk about for loops, for I being pair loops, while loops, data stores, and just more topics and stuff, leave a like in the video, subscribe, you know, let me know you enjoyed this. Leave a comment, DM me, ping me, whatever. Just let me know you enjoyed the video and I will happily talk my ass off again for another hour. I really hope this video helps people, you know, whoever's, you know, new to scripting and they want to make games or whatnot. I hope the video's been helpful. If it has, let me know. And I appreciate y'all for sticking through the long ass hour of me yapping and stuff. But yeah, go ahead and end the video here. Thank y'all for watching. If you need help, got any questions, leave a comment, join my Discord server, whatever. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank y'all for watching.